Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming today. I am Jessica Joyner, the Regional Director for BNI Ontario Central North. And today we have a very special guest, Randy Rosales from Vancouver, BC. So excited to have you here, Randy. Thank you so much. It is just 5 o'clock his time. So we appreciate him coming out to a mostly Ontario-based meeting. Randy and I met for the very first time, this time last year, at the North American BNI conference in Houston, Texas. And he came and hung out with the Canadian crew, which wasn't a big crew. There was only a few of us. And so he hung out with us, and we got to talk and learn about each other's businesses and how we can help each other. And Randy just fit right in. And he made lots of friends that day, or that week, I should say. And so now Randy's going to tell a little bit about how he is going to be going back to the convention that is happening next week in Orlando. I was very excited about that. But since I have met Randy in Houston, we have become very good friends. We talk on LinkedIn and we're Facebook friends now. And he has become quite well known in the world of BNI Canada. And we all love what he brings to the table. And he has educated not just members, but he has educated regional directors and executive directors on how we can help our members better. I think he's going to share a story, but one of my favorite stories with Randy is how just off of a LinkedIn post, that he posted, I responded. He got some work from that from one of our BNI members just through a LinkedIn post. So it really is cool about how you can meet anyone, anywhere. And so I'm going to give it to Randy. Randy's going to have the next hour where he's going to show you how he makes the most of BNI, how he's going to leverage his membership, tell you how he does it. Maybe you can take away a few tips and tricks, and then we'll open it up to some questions at the end that you can ask Randy anything. So Randy, take it away.
Thank you so much. For me, it's such an honor to be here. Jessica, since I met you last year, I feel so inspired by your work and how you're leading the speed networking events and how we're creating community across Canada. And it shows that BNI is beyond the power of the network is beyond your local chapter. We are so much more interconnected than we think. And these are some of the examples and the stories that I want to share with all of you today. First of all, I'm a brand new member. So I've been in BNI since January last year. And I'm so excited to share all of these tools and stories with you who probably are more seasoned members. Some of you are in executive director roles or consultant roles. And the reason why I had the opportunity to learn about these tools is because my business runs by itself. So I have enough time and space to go over the trainings, complete your MSPs, listen to the podcast, read the newsletters, read the post. And if you have enough time to go over it, you can really leverage all the BNI tools that are there to increase our visibility, credibility, and profitability and grow our businesses. This is all about that. This is all about creating connections, building relationships to grow our businesses. So some of the tools that we're going to go over today are these ones. The first one, the BNI Connect profile. This is the low-hanging fruit. As soon as I completed my BNI Connect profile, I got a referral from Florida. And I'm going to share other stories of other members who have done the same. After I had an education moment in my chapter, Big Tsunami, I belong to the largest chapter in Canada. We're here in Vancouver. We're 59 members, and we did 9 million in Thank You for Close Business last year. So I'm very proud of my chapter and to be part of them. And how to complete your profile can give you instant visibility and credibility and referrals, because this is the BNI social media network. That's the way I look at it. Remember how Facebook started? It was just a social media network for universities in Boston. First Harvard, then Boston universities. This is the same kind of analogy that I see with the BNI Connect network. It's our own private social media channel. This is our social media channel, and we should treat it like that. We should interact with our members through BNI Connect because we can get referrals 24/7 while we're asleep, because the profile is out there marketing for us. And I'm going to share real stories on how this works. Number 2, newsletters and contents. Just BNI sends weekly newsletters, regional newsletters, and also the BNI Global newsletters. And you can learn so much from them, but you can also spot opportunities that others miss and leave money on the table. And you can seize those opportunities and increase your visibility and profitability as well. I'm going to share some stories how. Same as the contest. I'm a brand new member, and I won top 3 on the BNI Global Video Contest. No camera, no professional mic, no videographer, no nothing. So it is possible. Number three, BNI content. As Jessica was mentioning, I've been creating organic content of my experience in BNI as a brand new member and the results we've got so far in BC. In my chapter, the investment a year is around 4,000 Canadian dollars, and I've made 140,000 in 14 months. So I have already 40x my investment in money. But we all know that the biggest investment in BNI, it's in time, right? The time that you spend building these relationships and stepping them. So creating this content has also allowed me to get clients, and I'm going to share real stories as the one that Jessica mentioned about how this has been possible. Number four, the conferences. So thanks to the conference last year, as a brand new member, just 3 months in BNI last year, I asked around to members who have been in BNI for 25 years in my chapter, who are more than 4 members, and more than 10 members in my chapter have been in BNI for more than 15 years. So I asked them, who's been to a conference? Nobody has been to a global or national conference. And the thing that they say, oh, that's just for executive directors and their awards, that's just for them, it's not really for members. And this thing now with we don't want to travel to the US and mixing politics with business, which for me makes no sense, right? Because we're there to build relationships and to grow our businesses, not to campaign for any political party or anything like that, right? So because I went to the conference, I went all in, I said, I want to live my own experience. I don't want to just trust on what other people say. I want to live it. And if it works, I will double down. And if it doesn't work, I'll just have the experience, the write-off from taxes, and then just don't go ever again. But I met Jessica, I met Karen, I met Michael, I met so many amazing people there, and we've stayed in touch, and I've made business out of it. So this year, we're doubling down as a sponsor with a booth and flying people from my team in Latin America to double down on that. And then events, speed networking events happening every single month. Jessica leads one of them on Tuesdays, and Karen leads the one on Thursdays. And these are great opportunities to network and build relationships and also to make business. And I'm going to share those stories. And number 5, your gains profile. Your gains profile should be designed as a marketing piece, not just as a template to complete your one-to-one. That's a very simplistic way to see it. It should be designed as a marketing piece. And I'm going to share more about that later on. Okay, so let's get started. First, the BNI Connect profile, right? We all know BNI is the largest networking organization in the world, and everyone on BNI is on the BNI Connect network. And as I mentioned, in my opinion, that's our own private social media network. And how to leverage this network? It's having a profile completed that works 24/7 for you while you're sleeping. So we created this video. I don't know, can you hear the audio? No? Okay, let me try again. No? Okay, that's fine. So let me see if I can adjust it here. If not, we created this video about how to complete your BNI Connect profile. At the end, you will have a QR code where you can scan all the BNI Learning Hub that my team created. It's on our website, but it's private. So we only share it with BNI members and with our BNI clients. But you will access all of the tools that we have created. And this video, it's about how to complete your BNI profile, step by step process. And we did this video with my AI twin. So this guy talking here, it's my twin. Why? Because, one of BNI core values is innovation, and we want to play around with AI tools because AI is here to stay, and we just want to play around with it. We have only 2 videos with my AI twin. All of the other videos that we have produced are with me, with real Randy. But then I'm not afraid of playing out with new tools. And this is, in my opinion, here to stay. So we better get used to it, right? So you can watch the video if your profile is not completed, and it will explain in less than 5 minutes how to complete it step by step. Now, we're all about givers gain. Once that I completed my profile and I got referrals and I started getting business and visibility, I had an education moment in my chapter on how to complete your profile. And since then, I've been campaigning. I've been kind of the champion of the BNI Connect profile. I'm not even a mentor because I'm by last year's leadership team, kind of a renovation. I was already a new member, right? Less than 1 year in. So I'm not a mentor, but I've been kind of championing this idea of completing your profile. And every time that I have a one-to-one with someone, the first time that I look at it, it's like how completed your profile is. Let's work on that. And they're so happy and so satisfied. And they post the pictures on our group chats of their profiles completed, and everyone gets the momentum going. And my vision is to transform Big Tsunami in the first 100% completed chapter in Canada. That's what I want. I want all members to be 100%. And yeah, so sharing some screenshots of, members thanking me or helping them complete their profile. Here are some more other stories. And I'm willing to do that with you. Like if you go over the video, if you go over the checklist, and if you still have questions, you can book a one-to-one with me and we can go over the details on how to complete your profile up to 100%. Now, why does all of this matter, right? Let me give you these examples. Rob, from our chapter, he needed cleaning service in Ontario, and he went to the BNI Connect network and he searched for cleaning service. Richard's name, which is in your region, right? I don't know if you know him. I don't know if anyone is in Richard's chapter. He's in Ontario. His company show up on BNI Connect. He got the business. And then when they were doing their one-to-one, Richard told him, oh yeah, I actually need a virtual assistant. And that became a referral for me. So you know how this works or how interconnected this is. So Richard got the business because his profile was completed. His name showed up. And then because Rob was talking to him, that became a referral for me for virtual assistants. Second example, this is all through the BNI Connect, right? They went to BNI Connect like Eric. Eric was organizing a pickleball tournament in Vietnam and he needed a lawyer in Vietnam. He didn't know any lawyer in Vietnam. So he went to the BNI Connect network, he searched for lawyers, one lawyer showed up, they did a one-to-one, and that lawyer got the business just through the BNI Connect network. And let me remind you that when you look for classifications or category, many members will appear in the search. But if you have your profile completed and it looks professional, remember, the way you do anything is the way people think you do everything. So if you look at your profile and it looks polished, professional, compared to others, you are going to get the business. And your competitors are not going to be aware that they left money on the table because they're not going to even get the call, right? So this is the importance of having your profile completed because it looks more professional. It looks like a marketing piece. It attracts people. So let me share more stories. Wanda Woods, she is the residential insurance agent from our chapter, and she got 3 referrals from Calgary from insurance agents over there who were looking for seasonal home insurance in BC for their seasonal properties in BC. They didn't have license in BC, so they went to the BNI Connect network. They looked for insurance agents. She showed up. She's been in BNI, by the way, 25 years, and she didn't have her profile completed until I gave my presentation and assisted members to complete their profile. And she completed, and she got 3 referrals and 3 done deals just by completing her profile. Just a simple, low-hanging fruit. Number 4. Now, if you think, oh, well, but this is maybe for members who work virtually or who can work remotely, and that's not the case. What's more local than a local cleaning agency, right? And Valeria, she is the residential cleaning agency of my chapter, and she got a referral from Vegas. Like not even from Canada, like in Richard's case, from Vegas. Someone in Vegas needed a cleaning job for a friend in Vancouver. That member went to the BNI Connect network, searched for cleaning service, and she showed up because she had her profile completed because of my presentations in my chapter, in my one-to-ones, and she got the business from Vegas. No ad spend, no content, no effort, just her profile working 24/7 for her. As simple as that. Something that is absolutely no extra cost, including what we pay for membership. It's my favorite low-hanging fruit. And that's why I'm on this mission of helping all BNI members get their profile to 100%, because this gets you business. And even though, why accepting mediocrity when excellence is an option, right? What Dr. Ivan Meinzer says all the time. Why having our profile half completed, half done, when excellence is an option, right? There are so many reasons why we should complete our profile, right? We'll never regret doing 100% of our best effort. But even despite of all these reasons, this brings you business. And these are just real stories about that. I had this video, right, for you guys, but I don't know, like the audio, you don't seem to hear the audio. But this is like the real thing from a real interview that we recorded, where this member in Florida explains how she was looking for virtual assistants and many companies showed up, but she contacted us because we look more professional, because our profile was completed, and we got the referral. And she explains like how she went through the process, and I just wanted to show you. It's just not me telling the stories. I wanted you guys to hear it from the member directly. So do you have any stories of members that you've met, or even yourselves, that they or you have got business because of the BNI Connect profile? If you do, like maybe leave it on the chat, or...
Yeah, Randy, maybe you can send me these links and I can send it up with a follow-up email so everyone can watch these videos. They're very valuable. I've seen them.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay, let's continue. So number 2, the newsletters and contests. I have a GPS, an email GPS system, right? So I have an executive assistant, and that's why we triage the emails. I get like 50 emails every single day. So we have action needed by me, the ones that she responded, the ones about BNI, staff follow-up, personal, private, and then I have my special folder of newsletters. And I'm subscribed to every single newsletter that you can think of, like Alex Hormozi, Leila Hormozi, Dan Martel, my favorite Canadian author, the author of Buy Back Your Time, that book that I have on the back. I get so many newsletters every single week. But one of my favorite ones is the BNI Global newsletter. And my invitation here is just to dedicate some time throughout the week to read those newsletters, because they have opportunities for you that you don't want to miss. Same as the BNI social media network. Like, for example, today is the deadline to fill out the form to have a one-to-one with the founder. So what a better opportunity than that, right? So just we just fill it out just to see if we get it, if we don't get it, but just trying doesn't hurt. So what is the advice here? Yeah, follow BNI social media channels, read their newsletters, and because every message could hide an opportunity, right? It's all about opportunities and seizing those opportunities. So this is our top 3 global contest winning video. This is last year. So last year, brand new member, I got the newsletter with the BNI Global contest announcement. We were working at so many different things at the same time that I didn't want to put more pressure on my team for something that we didn't even know if it was going to work, right? Because we have like 350,000 members worldwide, and then only 10 will be the winners. So I said, this is a very long shot. So let's see how it works, but let's do it at a very small scale. So as you can see, no professional camera, no professional microphone, no professional lighting. I just recorded it at my social club where my BNI chapter meets on that Wednesday just to see what happened. Because you didn't spend much time or energy or resources into it, and we won. We won top 3, and this is the confirmation from the BNI Global organizers. We won top 3, and that has given us so much visibility from all over the world that have turned into one-to-ones and referrals for something that we didn't have to pay anything for. It's already included in our membership. And by the way, they have already posted this year's contest guidelines. We have until June 30th to record this year's video to participate in this year's BNI Global contest. And now, because I know that it worked last year, we're doubling down this year. Now, hiring the videographer of my chapter, we're doing a more professional production, and now inviting all the members in my chapter. Hey, let's all record the video. Imagine having like 10 Canadian members in the top 10. That will be awesome, right? So I'm encouraging all of them to do that. And you get my video was shared by Dr. Ivan Meisner, as you can see on his private social media channels on Instagram, on Facebook, and so much visibility for something that is free. And he has a lot of followers. So many people who saw that video, they just forwarded to me on social media, right? So it's instant visibility for something that you don't have to pay extra for. And same in the BNI Global network. So as you can see, like BNI Global on LinkedIn, they have 184,000 followers, right? And they post your videos, your content, and you just get instant visibility. And I started getting like connection requests from all over the world after they posted this. And then, of course, your video gets spotted in the BNI Global conference stage. And then a friend who became a client was there, and she recorded our video being showcased there. And that also turned into a referral. Because someone in Sydney asked her, like, hey, do you know this guy? And we're working with them. We're so happy working with them. And that turned into a referral from Australia. So this is the email actually that we got from them, connecting us with someone in Sydney. Like, we've been telling everyone how great it's working with you guys. And so instant visibility and referrals just for something that didn't cost any extra money. Now the newsletter, that's the other piece. We've been featured on the BNI Global and BC newsletters, and you never know who's going to read them, right? Again, we're more than 300,000 members worldwide, and they all get these emails. And I also got the chance just to create a letter for members on this newsletter to go over these tools that I'm talking about, but in written form. And that also got us a lot of visibility. Same here, like in BNI BC, that's my BNI Connect video 100%. They share that with all the members, and it just gets you instant visibility in the network. So the other low-hanging fruit that we saw, I don't know if you've noticed, on the BNI Global newsletter, at the bottom, there is a section that says Dream Referral Request next to Dr. Ivan Meisner Podcast of the Week. Every time that I read those newsletters, you see like members from India, from other countries being featured there. And I wonder, like, hey, what will it take to be featured here? So I assigned my team the homework, and I said, okay, let's create this feature, and we're going to request it. We're going to click on it and submit the request every single week until we land it, to see if it works, right? To see if it works, if they also love Canadian members or it's only Indian members. So let's see what happens, right? So we did it, and they did it for 8 weeks in a row. And it only took 8 weeks. Just a couple of clicks every single week. Copy, paste, click, that's it. And we got it landed after just 8 weeks. As you can see here, this is in the BNI Global newsletter, and you can see here my BNI Dream Referral request being landed with my company's website, with my contact information. And we click there on submit 8 weeks in a row, and that was it. Easy peasy, right? Free, no extra money, just doing the minimum. And we got that huge visibility, right? Being featured on the BNI Global newsletter on your BNI Dream referral request. And yeah, so these are just more of the newsletters that we've been featured on. It's just seizing these opportunities, right? Because you never know who is going to read about you and learn from you. And you're going to get these opportunities landed because of that. So after I was featured on those newsletters, I got these emails from other members. For example, like, hey, Randy, congrats on being featured on BNI Dream referral request. I hope it brings a lot of business your way. So this gives you instant visibility, right? You become famous in the network by doing something that is super easy to do and free. So yeah, and then this other member, Benjamin, on the right, he sent me that email, and he's from Orlando, and he asked me if I'm going to be at the conference. I said yes. We had a one-to-one, and now he sent referrals my way. I'm going to meet him in Orlando, and we're creating these relationships out of just a newsletter that he read. So these does create visibility and brings you business, and yeah, it's awesome, right? And he's also coming to Vancouver in September, and he's saying that and yeah, I'm super excited to welcome him to the city and to show him around. Okay, so number 3 is content. Yeah, I have a big marketing team, right? We have 135 virtual assistants placed with our clients. Out of those, 30 work directly for me, right? And out of those, I have 9 people on my marketing team. But this can be done by anybody, because the way that we're producing this content is very organic. I'm using my iPhone, no lighting, no microphone, just to show members how possible it is, how low budget you can do it, and anyone could do it, right? Share your experience, share your wins, share your relationships, and that will bring you visibility. Why? Because at the end of the day, BNI is our strategic partner, right? If the chapter grows, we'll get more members, and it's already proven that if we get more members, we'll make more money, right? Because they will come with their networks, and their networks could become our clients, and then we'll all make more money. And at the same time, BNI's business is just adding more members, right, to the network. So we, like, both of the members and the BNI Global kind of organization, we all grow by members count. More members are added, we all grow our businesses. So BNI's interest is in promoting your BNI content. Why? Because it will help grow the membership, but at the same time, if the membership grows, we will all benefit from that as members, right? More members to network with, more members to create relationships with, more members to get business with, right? So it's a symbiotic relationship. And the more content we put out there, the more support we'll get from the BNI Global Network. That's the kind of the analysis that I made out of this. So you can use your AI twin, you can use your iPhone, just share your experiences, and we've been sharing that out there. And in every opportunity that you have is a piece of content. So that's why we wanted to record this session, just to share some clips on this session, because that's content. That's just documented what we do on BNI on a daily basis. That's content. You don't have to create, just document it and post it out there. And you don't know who you can help with that. So this is the story that we were talking about, that Jessica was talking about. So I posted something about BNI, she reposted it, and someone in her region saw the post, and you can see the conversation on LinkedIn here. It started in November last year. So, hey, Randy, hope you're well. Encouraging to see all your posts. Keep it up. You're inspiring. He means all the BNI posts. And yeah, everybody's going to play. Now, last month, no, in February, he became a client, right? So like no ad spent, no professional videographer fees spent, just organic content, sharing your BNI experience, and it brought us a client. And a client who really needed our service, right? Who needed to grow their business, to delegate tasks, and he hired a professional with us in Latin America. So he also got something that he needed, and we grew our business. And then he left this Google review this month after a couple of months working together, and just posted a great Google review. So just to show you, right, how it works, right? You create content, someone could see your content, and then you get more visibility because you get reposted by BNI Global Network staff, and because we have this same goal of growing our membership. And then you never know who's going to see that content and who could become your client. And then we have this BNI Speed Networking events that Jessica kindly leads every single month. And it's the same philosophy. You never know who you're going to meet. And if you're going to spend like 1 hour doing whatever, this is 1 hour well spent here, building relationships with members across Canada, because you never know who you're going to meet. And the more you go to these events, the more regular you will become, and the more relationships you will create with other regular attendees. So in this speed networking event, I met Mark Stovall. He is on the middle on the third row. Mark is one of Ontario's BNI members, and after that speed networking event, we had a one-to-one and we hit it off. Like we got along so well. I told him about the BNI Connect profile. He completed it. I exchanged my games profile with, as mentioned, a marketing piece, and he rebranded his. And now, like recently, I introduced him to someone here in BC that they are a potential referral partner for him. He's an accountant specialized in the construction industry, and I introduced him to a construction app developer that created an app here in Vancouver for the construction industry, and they could be great referral partners. And when I did the introduction, Mark shared his updated games profile, and it was amazing. Like it was great, a great. If you haven't done a one-to-one with Mark, please do so, and you'll see his games profile right now. So that's the magic of BNI, right? Members helping each other, helping one another. So after that one-to-one, we also so we met Mark Rasset, we met Brian Acosta, we met Mark Stovall, and they both sent referrals our way. And with Mark Stovall, we had a webinar that is in our YouTube channel, and we go over all the kind of the systems that you want to put in place when you're having remote staff that are very useful, even if you have local staff. KPIs, because sometimes you hire someone and you don't tell them what success looks like, and then you're frustrated because they're not working. But we, as the business owners, don't tell them, hey, these are your KPIs, these are your metrics. If you hit this, you will be successful in your role. Same as job descriptions. Sometimes we hire people and we don't tell them what the responsibilities are, what they own, what's the outcome we expect from them. And then if they fall through the cracks, we think it's their fault, and it's our fault as business owners for not providing enough clarity. And same with SOPs. We just want them to figure things out, but they are not entrepreneurs. They are employees. We need to tell them how we want things to get done, so they don't have to improvise every single way, and they don't have to create they don't have to perform differently in every single occasion. They have a consistent way of doing things, and that's what SOPs, systems, and processes are for. And Mark is very good at them, and we have a lot of experience with that too. We even created this AI tool where you can put your job description, and it creates the KPIs, the SOPs, and all of that for you. And we have it for free in our website. And we were talking about these tools and how people, like any kind of business owners, could implement them, especially if they're hiring remote staff, because you don't see them working, right? So it's even better to have these metrics in place. And now we have this great piece of content, right? A long YouTube format webinar that we are getting some clips out of them for social media. So we're repurposing that content, and it's just great out of meeting in one speed networking event, right? So you never know who you're going to meet. And then, of course, they've sent these referrals my way. I just wanted to show them from the app because they do work and it does bring you business. And then the BNI US and Canada National Conference. As I mentioned, last year, I didn't know if it was worth it for me to go, but I just wanted to live the experience by myself and have my own opinion on the matter. So I went there, I met Jessica, I met Karen, I met Michael, our BNI Canada president, had so much fun. This year, I was asked to be the Canadian flag bearer. Like, what an honor, right? For me as a newcomer to Canada as well, and also got invited to Dr. Ivan Meisner by VIP launch by invitation only. I'm so excited in just 1 year. Why? Because I showed up, I went there, and I built relationships last year. So we are kind of reaping off the fruit from that investment. So one of the people that I met there, it's Anne Brennan. She's the franchise owner for BNI Central Maryland. And we met over lunch. Why? Because we were connecting with members before the conference, with the attendees, adding them on LinkedIn, messaging them, seeing who will be available to have lunch. And one of them was Brian Lovick, the one who replied. So I met with Brian and Anne for lunch during the conference. And a couple of months later, she hired an executive assistant for herself, and she posted this great Google review from her experience with us. And now Miguel, her executive assistant that she hired through us, is part of her launch team, is her admin launch team. And she has sent me so many emails about how much they all love him, right? And they give him this recognition. And yeah, it's been great for all of us. And if I hadn't gone to the conference, I wouldn't have met her. And she's also the one who was at the stage in the BNI Global Conference in Sydney, and she recorded my video from the stage. She didn't have to, right? But she did it because she believes in supporting one another, right? And helping members succeed. And yeah, she was also singing our praises there, and she sent us a referral from Sydney. But I also met Shona. We just happened to be sitting next to each other at the conference. So we didn't have lunch. We didn't kind of plan anything in advance. We just sat next to each other by chance, right? You don't choose who you're going to sit next to at the conference. So we sat there, we started talking, and then she also hired a marketing specialist through our company. And she left this great Google review also, right? So it works as social proof of your service, but it also brings you business. And yeah, now we have tripled our investment from everything that we spent at the conference, from the flight tickets, the hotel, the conference ticket, everything, because of the business we've got out of it. So this does work, and just try it out. Now, if it doesn't work for you, don't go again and have that as a write-off and a great vacation, great time to hang out. And a lot of one-to-ones book and a lot of CEUs book, just have it as that. Now, if it does work, as it did for us, double down. And now this year we're going as sponsors. So for example, we spent almost 2,000 US, this is in US dollars, right? And we got these 2 clients and we've got 16,000 US so far. So like, imagine the return, almost 10x return. And this keeps counting because they still are working with their staff, right? So every month, the return of investment will be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger because they continue having these people employed with us. And you're going to get this return on ads. You're going to get this return in other marketing channels. This is just by showing up to the conference and building relationships because you never know who you're going to meet. So look at this return. It's amazing. And it keeps adding up. And it's not just a return on investment. They left Google reviews because we asked them. That's the important part, right? You need to have a dial-in sales process where you ask your clients if they want to leave a review, if you're happy enough, right? And just ask. So some people just never ask. We do, and we got the reviews. And that's social proof. That's marketing content. And at the same time, they have sent so many referrals, as you saw, via emails and through the app. So it's great. It's been wonderful. We're more than excited to go to Orlando this year. And then the other event
opportunity. I just want to let you know we have 20 minutes left.
Thank you. Yes, you're wrapping it up. Just in the BNI BC Awards, every region has their awards. We didn't know if we wanted to sponsor or not, but we did. We took the chance, and it's same, right? So record your content. I just asked a member next to me, hey, could you record a video while I give my small speech, a little speech during the conference? He did, right? And now this is a piece of content too from my speech. And yeah, we got this client, Risa, and we met at the conference. He came by. He said, I love your speech. I would love to work with you. Let's exchange business cards. And now he became a client too, right? So we spent, this is in Canadian dollars, around like 800 in the conference ticket, the banner, the flyers, and all of that. And we've kind of doubled our investment, right? And it's a monthly recurring service. So every month will add up more revenue. And so this works, right? This really works. And this is the final part, your gains profile. This is what I mean by designing it as a marketing piece. Because every time you do your one-to-ones, you want to have an intentional exchange. And so something that my team did is that, we added pictures because it's like boring. Sometimes you have all text. We added pictures. And if we send it digitally, all of our social media icons and the websites, they are clickable. So people can go and see our websites, our social media channels. And it helps, right? Look how it's branded. It has our social media icons. It has the company branding, the company logo, the company colors. So it does work as a marketing piece. So don't miss these opportunities to market and brand your company when you're having one-to-ones. So just as a summary of these tools that costs 0 extra fees, your BNI Connect profile to have it working for you while you're sleeping. The contest, remember the BNI Global contest is up until June 30th. It costs nothing to participate. The newsletters, if you get featured there, you get a lot of visibility and you can get business from them too. The speed networking events that in Canada, Jessica leads them and Karen, but also in the US. Like if you can get American clients, they do one every single week. And in theirs, like in ours, it's usually between 15, maybe 20 members show up. In theirs, sometimes there are 200 people on the call, right? So I do encourage you to visit those if you can serve American clients as well as we have. The Dream Referral Request. It's free. It takes just a few clicks, and you can get your dream referral landed on the BNI Global newsletter next to the Founders Podcast of the Week. And then your gains profile as a branded marketing piece. And number 4, content. Just share your BNI experience. Share it away, and you never know who's going to be inspired by it or learn from it. And you can get business with that as well. So remember, it's just about taking action, right? Default to action. If we do nothing, we'll get nothing. But attention plus action drives visibility, referrals, and revenue. So this is just a summary of your quick action plan. If you want to walk away with something from this session, just complete your BNI Connect profile. Like watch my video if you don't know how to. Book a one-to-one with me, and I will tell you the extra steps that are beyond the 100% just to get the extra visibility and that secret sauce. Number 2, design your gains profile as a marketing piece. Number 3, as Mark Stovall did, and book a one-to-one with him to see how amazing his gains profile is now. Apply to BNI Global contest. They cost 0, and they can bring you great visibility and credibility and referrals as well. Join the speed networking events organized by Jessica and Karen, and also the American ones, and go to the conference because you never know who you're going to meet. And then just create content about your BNI experience because it does work. As I mentioned, Jessica reposted one of my posts. Rafael saw that post. He became a client. And that's just one story of many others that we've had on the topic. And this is the QR code. This is like we've been sharing these tools during our one-to-ones. We've been sharing these tools every time we can. So my team decided to create a a BNI hub just for our BNI clients that we send as part of their onboarding process. And I'm here sharing it with all of you. So please take a few seconds to scan the QR code and you will see all the tools that we have created, all the videos, all the content, all the checklists. We even have a checklist on how to complete your profile, like step by step. You just have to, feel that excitement of crossing them out, the checklist. And it's only for our BNI clients, but now it's available to all of you, right? To check out our BNI hub that my team created for all BNI members to help them with that toolkit, the growth toolkit, as we like to call it. And it also has the templates for your gains profile. So if I'm not a designer. Like, for example, my gains profile, I just completed the template and I sent it over to my team and they did their magic. They made it look pretty, right? So what we did is that they created a Canva template with all the design things, so you can just use it, customize it to you, and that's it. Like easier than ever, right? So we did that for you. Same with the name badges. Like very often we go to networking events outside of BNI and everyone's wearing these awful, unruly paper name tags. The founder doesn't like that. He has a blog post about it. And since I read that, I started seeing them everywhere. And I don't like that either. So we have a laminated metallic name badge that represents my business and represents me professionally. And my team just included the template on how you can kind of design that yours and just send it to your printer seat in your chapter and get a referral and get your name tag, metallic name tag design. So when you can probably represent your business outside of BNI. And many other resources that you can see there. And that's it. And this is me. We're happy to connect with you. If you could book a one-to-one with me, please do so. Please follow me on social media. I constantly share BNI tools and BNI content, so feel free to connect with me on social media too. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Randy. That was awesome. And I love seeing everyone's head nod and people were writing notes and I was getting some messages of inspiration of what they're going to be doing with everything that you have shared today. So it means a lot that you came and spent time with us to share how you have found success within BNI. I would love to open it up to any further questions or maybe the greatest takeaway that you have from listening to Randy today. It takes one person to start and then the questions start rolling.
Or maybe share a story, right? Share a story if this resonated with you, if you've seen this being useful with other members.
I love the simplicity of what you're saying, Randy, and how you keep it simple for people, especially when we don't have a team. For example, myself, it's me and I have a virtual assistant that I work with, but that's it. So, I mean, keeping it simple and, giving a checklist, I think will serve all of us very well. So thank you for all those great tips.
Thank you.
I have some stories. We had a property in Kingston in Ontario, and we needed to do some renovations. So we actually went through the BNI network as well to get the renovations done because we didn't know anybody in the Kingston area that was in the trades. So that worked. And then we also were looking at a property in Costa Rica, and we needed to figure out a real estate lawyer, those kinds of things. And again, we used the BNI network, did a one-to-one. And using the gains profile, was huge because those people that didn't have their gains profile completed, you didn't know how to reach them, whether they'd be any good or not. So sometimes, truly, it can come out of nowhere, and you don't, it is a network that we all should be utilizing.
Because it's vetted network of professionals, right? So we prefer to do business with vetted professionals in the network, that people outside the network that we don't know of, right? Awesome, wonderful, Carol. Thank you so much for sharing.
I've actually done some referrals internationally from BNI member to BNI member through the fact that I met them at a conference. So I've done speaking engagements at our Canadian conferences, as well as participated in pretty well almost every one of them, which has been a lot of fun. So I've got friends for life just because of being able to connect with people across Canada. But one of my greatest achievements, I guess, in a way, was the fact that I received a referral from a BNI member in our region where I was doing training on Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint to Ford of Canada, which was really kind of a cool thing. But I was also referred to the Virtual Assistants Association across Canada and was flown out to PEI to do a presentation for a conference. So BNI does work.
Awesome. I would love an introduction to them, to the Virtual Assistant Association in Canada. Please, if you may, Janet, I would love that.
I will do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. There you go. See, already making connections out of this presentation. Thank you so much.
I love it. And I will say too that Bob has taken advantage of the newsletter. So where you were, Randy, Bob, I saw Bob there once. That was pretty cool to see your name there.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Did you get any one-to-ones from it or any traction?
Didn't get any one-to-ones yet, but I look forward to following up with a bunch of people. Yeah.
Great.
How many requests did it take you to get your referral landed?
On the newsletter, I entered a bunch of times, but I don't remember off the top of my head. It's a big congratulations to you. I wrote down everything you said today. I was just fiercely scribbling here, Randy. Thank you very much for the motivation. I just had a question. On the BNI Connect site, do you find that joining groups has been beneficial to you, online networking groups in the BNI Connect app?
It is beneficial, but as everything, it's all about time, right? So if you want to leverage it, you really need to dedicate time to network and interact with other members there. And yeah, you can build relationships and create connections there that might or not turn into business, but it's all about time. And yeah, when I've put some time in it, I created some conversations, but then my favorite network is LinkedIn. So I'm very active on LinkedIn, and now my team is helping me develop as a personal brand on Instagram, Facebook, and all the other networks. So it's all about time, right? And I also have 4 kids, so we need to be very careful with how we spend our time. So if you have kind of extra time on your hands, just play with it. Play with it because we never know, and it's our own private social media network. That's how I like to see it.
Thanks, Randy. I'm looking forward to connecting with you on LinkedIn and all the socials there.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions? Oh, we do have one.
Hi, good morning, Randy. Thank you very much for sharing this information. I'm a fairly new member, just about 1 month old, and this is priceless to me. But I was just wondering, so your games profile, for example, like when you shared it, it was very like Canva-like, and I'm just wondering where on the BNI Connect you'd be able to upload that, because it just looks like all you're allowed to do is text. So I was wondering how you got that done.
That's a great question. So on your BNI Connect, it will look like text. There is one feature that I explained on my video, right? On how you can upload a video of your business to make it stand out. Mm-hmm. It won't count towards completing your profile to 100%. This is the secret sauce that I was mentioning. And if you want to stand out, you can embed a YouTube video on your BNI Connect profile about your business. And not many members have this, and it will help you stand out. Now, the games profile, that's the digital or physical games profile that we exchange before our one-to-ones and during the one-to-one session. So those ones, you are able to design and brand them as you wish. And those are the templates that I shared in the previous QR code. So it's like a Canva template that you can customize to yourself. And those are the ones that you can brand, the ones that you exchange during the one-to-ones, not the one in the BNI Connect app. Those ones are just plain text. But we have those tips there on how to make it on bullet points, because it's not easy. You have to kind of use HTML code, and we explain step by step on how to do it. So it doesn't look all cramped and all blended together. You can really make it look like bullet points. And we share all of that in the video and in the learning hub that we shared. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. I'll take a look around, and thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Any other questions before we wrap up? Quiet group. All right. So who is going to come to the convention next year? Who's inspired to check it out? So, well, our Orlando convention is next week, so I don't know if you can come to that one, but we don't know where next year's. They haven't announced it. They'll probably announce it next week of where the North American conference will be for 2027. We do have the global convention, which you can see behind me, where that is like thousands of people that come from all over the world. It's pretty crazy. I'm really hoping I can go to Monaco this year and see what it's all about. I haven't had a chance to go to the global convention, but the North American ones are really fun. I always come away very, very inspired.
What was last year's? Where was it?
Houston, Texas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember Houston.
Yeah, that was cool. That was very cool. I met so many Ontario people that have moved to Texas. So it was like, they're like, oh, I'm from Oakville. Oh, I'm from, the GTA. There was tons of people. They were very excited to meet lots of Canadians.
I'm going to Monaco because I won top 3 in the BNI Global contest. I got a free ticket for Monaco. Yeah. So you never know, right? If you submit your video, you can get a ticket too. And yeah, just go to the Monaco conference.
How could you not just try, right?
Yeah, just try, right? It costs us nothing. We don't have, it's already included in what we pay for membership.
Yeah, exactly.
Need to take action, yeah.
So just one of the things to take away, I know Randy had a great list of things, but if you are not utilizing LinkedIn yet, you got to get on there and not only share your business stuff, but share BNI as well, because the BNI community on LinkedIn is amazing. And I will see when I go on my feed, it's almost all BNI people from around the world. And I interact with all of them. And I am having a one-to-one today with somebody from the States, and they found me up here in Canada, and they're looking at seeing about putting their wife in Georgian college just from the conversation that we had. So there's lots of really cool interactions and experiences that you can have from just posting and utilizing LinkedIn and engaging with people who are from BNI. And really, it's just about a comment or a like on a post, and then it pops up on other people. So it's really amazing how the algorithm works like that. All right, we're nearing the end. I just want to give a big thank you for Randy. I highly recommend booking a one-to-one with him if you have not met him already. And he's always willing to help a BNI member out. So if you have any questions about BNI and the membership, he is there, but he also runs a very fantastic virtual assistant business that he would also love to share more about with you too. So just a big round of applause for Randy for coming on and spending an hour with us at 5 o'clock his time. We appreciate you. And I'm really excited to see what will happen with all the people that are here and that are going to watch this recording and what they're going to do with this information. So Randy's going to send me all the links of the videos that he was sharing today, and I'm going to send that all out in a nice little email with this recording. And please make sure your chapter members watch this. It would be very, very valuable for them to learn how Randy has utilized BNI to the fullest. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoy a really fantastic sunny day.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to connecting with all of you.
Bye, Randy.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.